My roommate's GF threw away my $300 autism equipment, so I turned her Mercedes into a... My roommate Hugh and I had the kind of bromance that sitcoms dream about. 3 years of harmonious coexistence where the biggest fight we ever had was whether pineapple belongs on pizza. Then Lexi materialized in our lives like a glitter bomb at a funeral. Loud, inappropriate, and impossible to clean up. From day one, she looked at me like I was a puzzle missing half its pieces. As someone on the spectrum, I have specific routines that keep me functional. My weighted blanket isn't a comfort item. It's armor against a world that feels like it's constantly screaming. My noise machine doesn't help me sleep. It prevents my brain from short-circuiting like a smartphone in a bathtub. But explaining this to Lexi was like teaching a snake to play the piano. I tried winning her over. I baked her brownies that could have won awards. I surrendered the prime parking spot. I even sat through her essential oils pyramid scheme presentation with the enthusiasm of a kid on the way to get ice cream, nodding along as she explained how lavender could cure everything from anxiety to the economy. Meanwhile, Hugh was so deep in the love fog he needed a GPS to find reality. When Lexi rearranged our entire living room because Mercury was in microwaves or whatever, destroying my carefully crafted sensory-safe setup that took me months to perfect, Hugh chirped that she was just trying to help. When she threw a surprise party in our apartment, surprise being the operative word, Hugh praised her for being inclusive. If Lexi decided to redecorate with live bees, Hugh would have complimented her commitment to sustainability. The real circus began 2 weeks ago. Lexi cornered me like a door-to-door salesman sensing weakness. She demanded I get rid of my weighted blanket, noise machine, and stress toys because they were embarrassing when her friends came over. I explained that these weren't toys, they were medical equipment for my brain. Without them, I function about as well as a chocolate teapot. Her response hit me like a truck full of ignorance. She said I was 24 years old, not 6, and needed to stop using autism as an excuse to be weird, that her cousin has autism and doesn't need any of that stuff, because obviously all autistic people are identical, like we're manufactured in some factory with default settings. Hugh burst in faster than gossip at a high school reunion, and without even asking what happened, immediately sided with his girlfriend. He actually said I was making Lexi uncomfortable in her second home. She'd been dating him for 4 months, and suddenly our apartment was her second home. I'd lived there for 3 years, but apparently my home was now hostile territory. 3 days ago, I came home from work feeling like my nervous system had been put through a blender. One of those days where every sound felt like a personal attack, and fluorescent lights seemed specifically designed to hurt me. All I wanted was my weighted blanket and 20 minutes of peace to reassemble my scrambled brain, only to find everything was gone. My weighted blanket, the noise machine recommended by my doctor. My entire collection of stress management tools vanished like my faith in humanity. The carefully curated items that kept me stable, that let me function in a world that felt like it was constantly set to the wrong frequency, had disappeared. When I confronted Hugh, he admitted Lexi had thrown everything in the dumpster. Her reasoning was so spectacularly stupid, it deserved its own reality show. She thought she was providing tough love, that without my crutches, I'd magically learn to be normal. Like autism was just a habit I could break, similar to biting my nails or believing in Hugh's judgment. I stood there, smiling like a malfunctioning robot, while Hugh explained how Lexi was helping me grow, how this was for my own good, how I'd thank her one day. But inside my brain, gears were turning with the precision of a Swiss watch. See, while Lexi thought she was teaching me a lesson about growing up, she'd actually just enrolled herself in a master class about consequences. Lexi's most prized possession wasn't Hugh or her collection of healing crystals. It was her pristine white Mercedes, which she treated better than some people treat their kids. She'd park across 2 spaces to avoid door dings. Both Hugh and I have had to walk over half a mile to get home. She'd detail it weekly with the precision of a neurosurgeon. That car was her baby, her identity, her everything. And I just happened to work at a shipping company with access to massive quantities of packing peanuts. Tomorrow morning, when Her Majesty opens her car door expecting her spotless interior, she's about to discover what sensory overload feels like. The ending changed everything for me. Click the link to see why.